Let's look at multiplying and dividing rationals, which really, for the main practical point is fractions. So multiplying fractions is actually relatively easy. You just simply multiply the top and multiply the bottom. So here I'm going to do, and notice it can be shown with the dot for multiplying, or it can be shown in parentheses because it's understood that there's a dot there. It's understood, so it does not need to be written. Oh, let's make that so you can read it. All right. So what we'll do here is we'll multiply across, and I'll use this one. So there's a negative and a positive. Since one's negative and one's positive, I know right now that I'll have a negative answer. 9 times 1 is 9, and 4 times 18 is 72. Oh, but now here's a problem. That is not reduced. So what I can do here is I have 972. I can divide both of these by the number 9. So, which is actually, I'm dividing by the number 1, but 9 over 9 is the same as 1, so I can put it in that format. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 72 divided by 9 is 8. Uh-oh, I forgot that there's a negative. I didn't quite forget, but I wanted to now bring it up and emphasize it. So what I need to do is make sure that that is included here first. And then I get the 1 over 8. This is the main way that people tend to forget that there is forget their negative, is they put it partway through the problem, but then somewhere along it, they forgot to include it as they continue on in the problem. So there, I'm going to do that to emphasize the answer of 1/8. Now, I want to bring up something that will make life much easier for many people who remember it. If you are a detail-oriented person, this will be easy. If you're not a detail-oriented person, it won't be as easy, but you will find that you will want to remember it because it makes life much easier in math. And that is, if you're multiplying fractions, you're able to think of this as like one long fraction with multiplying on top and bottom. Therefore, although I don't like to write that way, I want to do is emphasize that if it's multiplying, that means that you can reduce 9 times 9. 9 goes into 9 once, and down here you can get 9 goes to 18 2 times. So you can cross reduce that way if it's multiplying. Not if there's an equal sign. If there was an equal sign between them, you're not allowed to do it. Only if it's a multiplying. Okay. Only if multiplying. But notice how much easier that this makes the problem. So what we have is 1 times 1 and 4 times 2 and the negative sign in front. That's not quite as big as I want, so I'm going to make this, I'm going to rewrite it there. Negative 1 over 8. That means I get to the answer a lot faster than if I did it the other way. Now, I will say that this is the kind of thing that you don't have to do on some simpler numbers, but sometimes when you get some bigger ones, it becomes very important to do. Okay, let's get it so that 1 doesn't disappear. There. So I get the same answer either way, but if you get used to doing this, then a lot of fraction work becomes much easier. All right, here's another one, and this is one where I'm going to take full advantage of that. I'm going to do, 3 and 9. 3 goes into 3 once and 9 3 times. And here, 25 and 10, you have to take a number that goes into both. So what I can do is 25 divided by 5 is 5, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So now what I get is a negative 5 over 3 times 1 over 2. That's equal to the negative 5 over 6, which I can't do any more reducing from. If I didn't do it that way, I would have had a negative 25 times 3 is 75, and the 9 times 10 is 90. And now I would have to start dividing. I'd have to divide, let's say, by 5, and then I'd actually have to divide by 5 again in order to get down to it, which is doable. It can be done. It's just that, let's see, divide by 5 or divide by 3. I think I divide by 5 and then divide by 3 or something like that. I have to play with it to remember, because I don't do it that way if I can avoid it. I do this, when I can, because it's just so much easier. Now, the last thing I'll point out here will be this division problem. And this is simply a reminder that when you divide fractions, all you do is you change that to multiplying, and you take the second fraction only and you use the reciprocal. So you do those two changes. The first one stays the same. You never flip that one, you only flip the second one. And so the order makes a big difference here. So now we have 3 over 8 times 10 over 7. And I can do 30 over 8 times 7 is 54, 56. Yeah, 56. Trying to think and get my numbers right here. 79, 49, yep, 56. Ooh, but now I'm going to have to reduce. I'm going to have to divide them both by 2. And that means I'll get 15 and 20, 28. Okay. I don't think I can do any more because 3 won't go into these, 5 won't go into these, not both of them at the same time. Now, if I had done it 3/8 times 10 over 7, if I had done 2 goes into 8 4 times and into 10 5 times, then I would have gotten the answer a little bit quicker, 15 over 28. Either way, I'm going to get 15 over 28. But the main thing here to focus on, fill in both of those first to show that those are the answers there. Main thing is to focus on the fact that the division changed to multiplying, and the second fraction, you make it the reciprocal.